Welcome to ICEF Monitor. I have the honor to have Lisa Zhang here from JJL Education. Thank you for coming, Lisa.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to do this interview. And JJL is actually one of the largest student recruitment agencies in China. We currently are over 30 locations within China. Our branch office is in obviously all the top second and third tier cities. And what we do is we facilitate Chinese students in their studying abroad process. So we offer them services from in-country to making a study plan to when they're actually in their host country studying, and also when they return home.
Wow, it's impressive company, impressive agency. Let's talk a little bit about China as an outbound market. China traditionally has been the strongest and the biggest outbound market. Everybody wants to participate in this growth, in this development. What new trends do you see for the Chinese market?
Sure, I think definitely yes. From 1999 onwards, China has really grown as an outbound market for international students. And we've really seen the numbers grow, but as well as differences from the beginning till now. So one of the three trends that we see this year is definitely the changes in the degree courses that students are selecting. For example, historically, Chinese students tend to go more towards business courses. But recently, we start to see that those numbers are being eaten up by degrees such as arts, engineering, communication, education, and so on. And the second major trend is definitely the change or the shift in the students' age group. So at JJL, we are starting to see students wishing to go study abroad at a younger age, a lot of those underage students. So there's definitely also a growing demand for services to provide parents who go abroad to study or to help those students in their host countries. And the third trend, as you would probably predict, is that China is still growing at a very steady pace as a country that provides a lot of students to study abroad. And I think the statistics published by the Ministry of Education is that the number will still be increasing at a steady 20% per year.
Wow, 20% is so much. When a Chinese student is going overseas, what challenges are they facing normally, or what can educators do when the student arrive to make them feel at home, to make them feel welcome? Is there anything specific they can do, or is there any strategies, or do you help the educator as an agency?
Yes, as an agent, we try to help the students settle down initially, but in their own course of their study, they really rely on the school's resources to help them not only linguistically, trying to understand the language and the course they're studying, but also culturally. So I see a lot of great universities and institutions that we work with really putting programs to help international students integrate into the local student culture. And I think that's something that every institution, educational institution, should look at doing.
Let's get back to JJL. How many students are you sending to study abroad roughly annually, and what kind of destinations you're sending the students to? Are you sending all age groups? Please describe your agency a little bit more.
Sure. Currently, this year, we've served close to 45,000 clients, and our destinations cover 23 different countries around the world, primarily the top 5, but also Asia as well as Europe. And in terms of the students' age group, we do see the majority is still in higher education, so a lot of postgrad students as well as bachelor students. But as I was saying before, we have increasing amounts of high school students. And actually recently this week, we've had a very young student come from Lanzhou to study in Singapore for kindergarten, and she's 5 years old. So that's the extreme end of the younger age.
Wow, that's very impressive. Only 5 years kindergarten, English kindergarten.
I presume so, in Singapore, yes.
You mentioned before that some Chinese parents actually travel with their kids. Can you tell me a little bit more about this model?
Yes. I think it's based out of need to look after the child, especially when they're underage and very much underage. So we see that some parents or some families are leaving the country as well to go to their child's host destination to help them with their life and living. So a lot of families will probably have one parent or both follow the child to their destination.
That's very interesting. Thank you so much for coming, Lisa, and sharing that information on China as an outbound market. It was lovely to have you here.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.
Thanks.